map's only have four hills, right? So that means the game just gonna end so much faster.
I know we don't play it anymore, but I will say CTF on I like the CTF build we had going into World War II, but as I say that we're in the game already, we've got Teddy on our screen. Wally and Corners are comfy, gonna be taking the initial time off this hard point. And now they've already put spawns actually, so Wally and Corners have the advantageous spawns for that second hard point. This map is all about rotating. Some newer maps are designed in a way where you can kind of get away with that rotating, but if you rotate early, you can get a full 60 on Kitchen, which is hardpoint number 2. Chat's not, you know, if you've never seen raid on hardpoint on raid before, but Kitchen is hardpoint number 2, which is on that left side of the map in the bottom left there, and then you've got Garage is hardpoint 3, which is on the far right side. Then it goes back to the top left for basketball, and then this mid area right now where Teddy was just stuck in is hardpoint number 5. So you're gonna see a 40-1 lead coming out of Wally and Corners, and Wally already in the new hardpoint. Looks like he's gonna get double pushed from mid here. I'm curious to see if Corners helps fast enough, but this is another game where we see 2 ARs versus an AR SMG setup from Wally and Corners. So interesting to see if maybe Wally and Corners change their setup, but at the moment it looks like it's working for him, up by 30 points and contesting the hardpoint at the moment.
It seems to work. Like when I was running this earlier, we ran an AR.
Nope.
As you just put your you put your SMG inside the hill, and then your AR watches over. And there's so many ways, there's so many angles to work with essentially that work to both advantages. So I think that's probably the preferred setup on this map, I would probably say. But then again, like 2v2 meta was something that we were discovering over the entire tournament, so it's very, I guess, personal preference dependent on how teams decide they want to play.
Yeah, definitely, and it also depends on who's looking where. So, you know, we've got Caliber holding mid-zig right now, and he's gonna get that kill on Wally, but Corner snuck through. Can Teddy sniff it out? And he can, but he's not gonna get the kill, and Wally actually spawns on the right side of the hardpoint. So even though they didn't rotate early, they didn't get those spawns, they get them anyways within 20 seconds of the hardpoint being popped, and it's going to mean that they've got 40 seconds on this hardpoint. And Caliber and Teddy now have to find a way to break it. They're both going to come out of the same door. Wally's going to get one. Caliber lined up with them for a second there, and he's actually going to get that trade, which is very, very beneficial, because I was going to say if he can get that kill on Corners, it's 20 seconds, that can be massive, but as I say, that Teddy gets the trade. They looked like they were going to leave it for a second there, but 20 seconds is absolutely massive when you are down by 70. So see if they can bring this one back a little closer on this basketball hard point. Looks like Caliber is going to go on a long flank through back laundry here. What do you think about this one? Do you think this is the right play here? Or?
I think they're making the right call here in terms of, like, you put one player on there to soak, and then I guess I don't know if it does that anymore when you're able to jump out. Like you jump out the back of the garage and dive for a closer spawn. I don't know if that trick works. I know they got rid of it for P1.
Yeah, they definitely got rid of it for P1, but
yeah,
I'm not quite sure about
like going all the way ringside and stuff like that. I mean,
exactly.
you had Wally and Corners die with 20 seconds to go, and they're like, okay, we have the lead, we can afford to give that time.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of those decisions that you just gotta make.
And just move to the next hill. Sorry, my view is now frozen.
Oh, well, I apologize for interrupting you there, but kind of cut out on me there. No, it's all good. It looks like the last 10 seconds was gonna go to Caliber and Teddy there, but last 10 seconds actually just gonna end up going to no one. It seems like Wally and Corners totally fine giving that time up, and it's kind of like you said when they rotated early. Well, we could push for 20 seconds, but risking losing spawns, and why not just go early and get the initial 20? Corners and Wally. Corners actually going to go on a 3 streak here. Got 2 there, and with a minute 15 in the hill, doing it all right now. And Slang are actually very, very close. Caliber had a bit of a rough start, but he's been pulling it back at 8 and 13 now, and Teddy only down by 1 for that even KD. So it looks like there's not too much difference in Slang. It's I guess more so just the important kills that aren't being gotten, and Corner's now on a 5 kill streak, and this is getting dangerous. You can't let all of this time on a hard point like this, which is traditionally a very scrappy hard point. You can't let this go for a full 40 seconds here. That's very, very unfortunate for Caliber and Teddy if they don't get any time on this hard point.
Yeah, this is usually like traditionally a very back and forth hard point, especially in 2v2. That I found today is basically because you have your two players in here and you have no idea where the guys are going to be spawning up after you kick them out of the point.
Exactly.
So like
so many options for pinching.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a mixed bag, and you just end up praying if you're the one in possession of the hill that you guessed correctly.
Exactly. Well, it looks like at the moment Wally and Corners are holding it down right now. As I say that, Caster's Curse is going to come into effect, and Caliber and Teddy are going to break the hard point. But Wally and Corners up by 100 points. Don't need to worry too much about the current hard point. I would be more focused on rotations, and they get the kills with 30 seconds left in the hard point. So they might go up to 200 here if this is uncontested. And this will be very, very dangerous. You do not want to see that scoreline in a 2v2, because when you're playing a 2v2, Corners another 2-piece on a 4-streak. But when you're playing a 2v2, it is just incredibly, incredibly disheartening to see.
Corners gotten so many important kills so far.
Exactly. Gets a 5th and maybe and a 6th. That is a gunfight that Corners probably should have lost if we're being honest with ourselves there. But they can actually end it on this hard point right here. It's all comes down to how effectively Teddy and Caliber can break this.
I was gonna say I would have loved to see Corners try to play his life, get streaks, and then if it ends up going to basketball or of clean streaks, but he gets double teamed there, and he gets dropped. But 20 and 12, he is getting all the kills he needs.
Might be a bit of an ego child coming in there, knowing he's 20 and 12, knowing that they can end on this hard point. Maybe saying, you know what? I don't need to play for streaks because we're gonna end it here anyways. When it looks like unless Teddy and Caliber can break within the next 13 seconds here, then this is gonna be all she wrote for map 1. And even then, if they break with there's 10 seconds left before Wally and Corners can win it. But my goodness, do you have to play absolutely perfectly if you don't want to lose here? And as I say that, if Caliber doesn't get into this hard point in the next 7 seconds, and that's all she wrote, and it looks like that's all she wrote, because I don't think Teddy can make it to the hard point in time, and that's going to do it for map 1. 250 to, what is that, 83. That is not a close first map.
Just a 100-point club, and that's the only map, actually. They are going back to the grand finals.
Yeah.
Loses round 1 map, 1 and done. The raid goes to Corners and Wally, and we're going to see them again back in our final match of the day. Alex M and Prufio are going to meet them again. So the revenge is going to come through for Wally and Corners, who now have to win 2 best-of-3s to take this tournament.